Ciao everybody, I'm Nonna Antoinette and I am here in my kitchen and I'm so glad you joined me. Today I'm going to make my melt in your mouth meatballs. My meatballs are famous everywhere. My family, my grandkids love them because they are so soft and like I said, they melt in your mouth. So I will show you today, this is my best kept secret, so you're very privileged, and I will show you my recipe. Now we will start with 1.5 pounds of ground meat. Here we go. Now the ground meat that I use is a mixture of beef, veal, and pork. The equivalent of a meatloaf mix. And it just because it gives it more flavor. Now we will start with my secret why they're so soft. We have some day-old bread. I would say these are about 2 slices with the crust removed of Italian bread. And we add milk, about 1/2 cup of milk. And we let it soak. Meanwhile, to the meat, we add 2 lightly beaten eggs, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of ground pepper. If your kids don't like pepper, just use less, maybe just a pinch just for the nice aroma, but don't overdo it. And half a teaspoon of salt. Don't forget, we're going to use cheese, so we're not putting a bunch of salt. Now we can start mixing. Mix the egg and our spices, and again, just like the pepper, adjust your seasoning as you like. If you like more garlic, put a little pinch extra. You like less, take a little pinch out. It's not a big deal. Now, I like my meatballs to have a good amount of cheese. So I put 3/4 of a cup, and what I use is a 50-50 mix of pecorino romano and parmigiano. I think that way you get the best of both worlds. Pecorino a little more dry and salty, and the parmigiano is nutty and a little sweet. Mix this. Not too much because we still have to add our breadcrumbs. So in my meatballs, I do not use dried breadcrumbs. In my opinion, my experience, and also the experience of my ancestors in Italy, dry breadcrumbs make a dry meatball. So I use soft breadcrumbs. So you get your bread and you squish all the milk out, because you don't want any of the milk because then it's going to be too soft. And then you just add it in. You see how the milk, and you squeeze, the excess milk comes out. And then you just add your bread. Now that we added the breadcrumbs, the soft breadcrumbs, and our hands are dirty anyway because we used it. So we're going to use our hands to get all the ingredients in there. Get a good mix of the bread, the cheese, and the meat, and the spices, and the eggs. Everything is in here. Now you're welcome to add fresh cut parsley. I am not going to add it because I'm making these for my grandkids, and they do not like any little green spots in there. I'm sure your kids are the same way, so, but if you're doing these for an adult crowd, go ahead. Just add some freshly cut parsley. Now, can you see how the meat is nice and soft? It's not hard. This mixture is very, very soft. And when you start with the soft meat, you'll have a soft meatball. If you have a hard, solid mixture, you're going to have a pretty hard meatball. Now, some people like to cook their meatballs, not fully cook, but partially cook the meatballs before they add them to the sauce. Again, my family, my grandkids do not like the little hard crust that forms if you either fry them or bake them. So I'm going to show you that you don't have to do that step really. And you just add them as they are without being fried. So let me show you. Let me clear some of the stuff here because I'm going to start making the meatballs. Our meat is all, everything has been mixed. So this recipe with 1.5 pounds of ground meat, I got 18 meatballs. So just keep that in mind. Now we are going to drop it into our sauce. I started the sauce a little bit earlier and I placed some, I made it with some Italian sausage, some brajol, and now it's time to add the meatballs. I will make another video about my sauce because everybody wants my sauce recipe, but in the interest of time, today we're making the meatballs. In another day, we'll do the sauce. So like I said, I started the sauce about an hour ago and I browned my meats, the sausage and the brajol, and now it started boiling. So it's been boiling for about half an hour, not actually boiling, but just simmering. And maybe recognize from my logo, my red pot. I love my set. I have one in every size, depending on how many people I'm gonna have for dinner. So since I'm having company, my grandkids are coming, and all my kids and my son-in-law, so I'm making a bigger pot because they love my sauce, let me tell you. So as you can see, I have it on low heat and it's a little simmer, and all you do is you get your meatball, right? And with the spoon, you find an empty spot and you just drop it gently, don't burn yourself. And you do that until all your meatballs are in the sauce. Now another advantage of dropping your meatballs without frying them, without the hard crust, is that they are going to absorb all the goodness of the sauce, and they're just unbelievable. Like I said, I don't want to boast, but everybody loves my meatballs for their flavor and for their texture. So our meatballs, our sauce is done. Oh, look at that, baby. Look at that. Look at these nice meatballs. Look at this. These are going to be the softest, the most delicious meatballs you've ever tasted. And see, they didn't fall apart. Nothing happened to them. So for those people that say, oh no, they have to be fried, they have to be baked, or they fall apart. That's not true. No, if you know what you're doing, it's not true. So And they're going to be so much softer without that crust around it. If you prefer the crust, go ahead and do it. But if you have children, I can assure you that they will prefer the soft meatballs. Okay, so here they are. And who wouldn't want a nice dish of pasta with a couple of these babies on the side? Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy this video and you're going to try them. And let me know how you like them. Ciao! Mwah.